And welcome back to the Commander's Replacement Squad series, where we will hopefully be setting a trap game for the Eagles. Still looking for our first victory on the year. Last episode, we played against the Minnesota Vikings. First half looked really good after we made some massive changes to our defensive back group. Offense looked good again the first half, then turnovers started cropping up more and more in the second half, and we gave up some plays that we really shouldn't have on defense, which ended up costing us. Today, we play against the Philadelphia Eagles with a high-powered offense, a high-powered defense. And the only way we have a shot at winning is the Eagles fall into the trap game mentality. So, let's hope they do as we jump on in. And defense will be up first as we will be kicking off to start this game. Eagles will catch this in the end zone, taking the knee. They'll start at the 25. Prime time football as we're looking to make a big splash here today. Try to show that obviously we're the worst team in the NFL, but we have some talent on this roster. And the quick tackle there shows it. We can make some plays. 2nd and 9 as they go with a spread look. 2 to either side. Go back to the run. A nice, almost attempted spin move there from Sanders. We'll get forward, making it 3rd and 2. And if this was anything like the Super Bowl, they would be coming out in the quarterback sneak and would basically run it into the end zone on one play. They go down the middle here, and we're there. We get the stop, I think. Benito Jones was on the ground, or maybe McCall. One of the DTs was on the ground, and he got the stop. They'll have to punt. And that is the exact kind of start that we need. But we're going to need our offense to play well. And they have a couple guys in the middle that are going to be difficult for us to try to get around. As there's a nice stiff arm by Borghi. Shoves off the first tackler. He'll get 10, gain of 10 for the first down. Gotta love to see it. We might need to have some more outside runs with guys like Fletcher Cox in the middle, as well as Jordan Davis. We'll go with our first pass play here. Going to try to dump this one off. Borghi, not Borghi, that was Kalinick. Luckily, he dropped it. We won't lose yards. But they definitely have a lot of talent on this team on the outside. Darius Slay, got to keep an eye out on him. We were going to go with a bit of the read option here, but I forgot to bring out Tyree Jackson, so we'll just hand this one off. Doesn't go anywhere. And on 3rd and 10, we'll come out with an empty look. 4 to the right, only 1 to the left. As we're going to go back to Williams, who will get the grab. A really interesting animation there. We're technically short, but I think we go for it. Again, we're trying to have the Eagles fall for the trap game here, so we need all we can get. And we'll get a motion over Smart here. Run a little bit of read option, this time actually bringing out Jackson, trying to get around the outside, but we can't break the tackle. Heck of a play there. By number 7, is that Reddick? And not that it really matters either way, because a penalty would have wiped it out anyway. They'll decline and take over at the 40. I still liked going for it there. We were close as they go with a dump off here. Sanders will break a tackle and we'll get the first down. Game of about 14. And they'll follow that up by going under center with a tight look. Gonna go with a stretch to the top. We are in pretty good pursuit. We just need to wrap up a little bit better. Belial, he's been pretty good at that. Now, can our speedy guys as the edge rushers contain Jalen Hurts today? That'll be the question as... Okay, Shakatoni around the edge answers that pretty quickly. Gonna be a sack, 2nd possession. Because not only did we mess with the DB group last episode, we also messed a little bit with the D-line group. We'll see how well we could do here with a 3rd and 15 to go to the outside. Brown will get the stop, and they'll have to probably send out the field goal unit. And they'll be kicking this one from about the 37, so about a 47-yard attempt here. As the snap is back, kick is up, headed down the middle, and there's 3 points, putting them up early. And we'll be starting back at the 25 with not a lot of time left on the play clock, as we'll get it off with just enough time left. Borghi with some space, another nice gain on first down carry. Another gain of 10. And one slight adjustment we're going to test out today is Cade Johnson in the slot. We'll see if that's going to be a better fit for him as we find some ways to try to get some more chunk yards, just any yards in the passing game, and avoid turnovers. And then on the outside where Stoner is currently playing all the way to the right will be a rotation. If it's any sort of running play or deep, or not deep pass, if it's a running play or short pass underneath, we'll keep Stoner out there. If it's deep, we'll bring in Jones. I think it's always been the best for this DB group or the receiver group to kind of just be a committee kind of situation. As we go down the middle here, we'll get a gain of 2 with Tyree Jackson. That still leaves it a 3rd and long. We'll come out with a tight shotgun look here. Some underneath routes, some over the top. We'll go with Muse, the tight end underneath, who will get close, stretches for it. They mark us a little shy. But as I mentioned on the last drive, we're going for it when we have the opportunity. The ball pretty much placed at the line to gain. Plenty of blocking there for Huntley. We'll get the first down. And that'll also send us on into the second quarter. First quarter, not bad. 3-0 against the Eagles. I take that as a win. And we'll open up the second quarter here in the full house look. We're going to go a little bit of some read option as they read that very well. So maybe we should limit the read options today. They seem to be running a defense that's going to defeat most of those. We may just stick to using Jackson as a scrambler specifically. 2nd and 11. Back to the run game here. Good blocking down the middle. Borghi with a good run. Gain of about 12, 13 yards. He's averaging about 6 yards a carry to open up this game as he checks out. Huntley comes in. Go the run down the middle and he'll get a few. He is our short distance specialist, so he does his job. We're going to motion over Smart here, see if he could leak across to the left-hand side. He did that several times the last couple games, does it again here. That's going to be a touchdown pass for Luton. Finally, he gets one in that stat column rather than the interception columns. Smart puts us up 7-3. So far, a pretty good start. Just need to see it on through. That's been the problem this year, is just consistent play as they go out to their tight end number 89, gets swallowed up by a few Commanders. Still, though, gets a gain of 8. As they'll come out with a heavy look, 2 tight ends to the right-hand side, sitting back in shotgun. They'll go the run to this left-hand side, no read option, and we actually do a pretty good job of containing that. Yeast, the safety, comes down, forces them back inside. And although it was still a first down gain, I feel like that was a pretty good play for the defense. Coming out in the double A gap blitz as they go with a run to the right-hand side. Cutting back, we miss a tackle. We will bring him down. 2nd and 3. Although a 3rd down does sound nice. 2nd and 3 though. Going to send the outside blitz here. We go with a bit, no, not a play action, and there would have been a stop prior to the first down, but Reed pushes them forward. But as long as we could keep these gains short, we have a chance. Pass rush coming in as they do get the ball out to Sanders, and he has a lot of room to run. Parker not going to escort him in, or escort him out. He escorts him back in as Potoe, I think. He gets the stop. And that gets him down to the 26 as they go with another run. As the backup checks in, Watkins will get forward to about the 19 by the gain of 7. And it was not Watkins, it's Gainwell. So I was wrong, 2nd and 3. Similar look here. Couple underneath routes as we try to sit underneath them. Really good coverage. Pass rush eventually might get there. No. Benito Jones misses and they throw it late. That one, I believe, was Watkins with the catch down to the 2. We just can't afford to miss out on those opportunities. When we're back there in his face, we have to get the stop. That's what was an issue for the Chiefs for a little while in that game, as he will barely squeak into the end zone. I thought Gemmel might have got the stop there, or Muse got the stop, but apparently not. Eagles will retake the lead. Now, if we've learned anything this series, is that even though there's just about 2.5 minutes left, we still should focus more on the run than the pass, as Borghi has some open running room. I tell you what, even though this Eagles team does have really good run stoppers, we are running very well. Now, whether we'll be able to keep that up all day, not sure. But if it's working, we're going to keep going that way. I'm going to go back to the read option here. We don't get the lead block I was hoping for, We'll head inside the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 2, we come out with an empty look, 4 to the right. Gonna set up that screen pass to Johnson. Have some lead blockers, see if we can utilize them fairly well. Get forward for about a gain of 7, making it 3rd and 3. And with the middle almost completely vacated, go the quarterback draw, get the first down, slide down, we'll call a timeout there. And I feel like the game is being a little choppy today, not quite sure why. Hopefully that's not coming through all too much, as we're gonna have a wide open tight end, Smart down the seam, trying to run away from the safety. Eventually he gets caught, but we're down to the 4. A big play with a minute and a half. We could still run as much as we'd like. Down towards the goal line. Can Borgie get a touchdown today? No, at least not on that play, and now he's injured, so it might actually be no. That is big. He's been really instrumental for this team. That also takes away one of our timeouts. Only one remaining, a minute left on the clock. We have some time still, but need to be a little cautious with it. So we hand this one off. Huntley trying to power through, and he did pretty well until I believe Epps comes down. Lays a nice hit on us. So we try to go hurry up, but this is what I was talking about with the lag. Hopefully that doesn't cost us later in this game. 3rd and goal. Motion over Smart once again with plenty of running room. Did you see that blocking? Perfect. Opened up, wide open. Huntley can walk in as we take a lead. About 35 seconds left before half. And we do have an update on Borgie. Nothing serious, muscle cramps. He'll hit the pickle juice and we'll probably drink a lot of Gatorade at half. But he should be back later in this game, as Jones will dive this time and hit home. Also hit a little bit of a splits there as well. Gotta love to see it as the big man gets out there. One last play here before half. They'll go underneath and a nice hurdle. Do not tell me he's about to take this to the house right before halftime. Yeast, get a good angle here, bring him down, and we'll head on into half. Madden, you tried me there, and you were close. But we'll head on into half. Here as we have more running yards and pretty close to the same passing yards. So we're playing against the Eagles really well today. And this is the Monday night game. So here's a look at all the teams, all the games. Take a look at your favorite team, see what theirs is. Nothing that important for us because we're pretty much dead last in the NFL. Well, let's get the second half underway, and we will be receiving the opening kick. I guess it's kind of the opening kick, the second half kick. Flowers trying to get to the outside. He'll start us off at about the 25. And Borgie is out there to start the second half. We might need to limit some of his carries as the game goes on. Big hit there from big number 55. But we'll still get forward for a gain of 4. Not going to be trying to rush it at all here. We're in front. Let's enjoy it. Go with the triple option. Get to the outside. Toss this one a little bit late. Borgie tried to hit the juke. Nice tackle in open field by Bradbury. And on 3rd and 4, I would like to go back to Cade Johnson here on the screen pass. We'll see if it opens up. Try to get Cade to the outside. He'll have to cut back in. And he converts when we give him the opportunity. And we're going to bring out Avery Williams. He hasn't gotten many plays as a traditional running back. He's been a returner. But when we brought in Dallas Flowers, he took over the returning duties. So let's give a little look to Williams, especially with Borgie a little banged up. And his first down carry looked pretty good. Gain of about 11 or 12 yards there. He's definitely on the smaller side. So it'll be kind of him and Calais competing for that backup shotgun receiver back kind of guy. And on 2nd and 1, maybe we take a pop shot here. Going to depend on what we end up seeing. We need to roll out. We have Williams open. Get a nice pass there from Luton. First down. And Williams will head back to the sideline as Borgie comes back in as we try to ground and pound some more down the middle. Solid gain of 5, averaging 5.2 yards a carry. We could just bring down those safeties a little bit. I'd like to go back to Williams over the top. It was a nice play we hit last week, although they cover it pretty well here. How about we go Muse to the end? And that one's going to be a touchdown. Did you see that cutback block? I believe by Stoner on the outside. That set Muse to the end zone. If we don't get a highlight of that, we're definitely jumping into replay. But let's see if it gets it here. Gonna get the rollout. Tyree Jackson finds Muse, and you see right there, just a little nudge in the shoulder, and Muse is home free. And we really need this team to keep it up, because right now we're looking good. Tony clean off the edge. We'll get a hit in on Hurts, but Goddard had the ball pretty much at the same time the hit came in. Could have been a penalty, but refs don't throw it. 2nd and 6 after the gain of 4. This one go again, right back to it. Tony with another hit, that time they're a little bit quicker. Now with the 3rd time be the charm. 3rd and 6. We're going with it again. Tony clean off the edge, and it is 3rd time's the charm. A 2nd sack on the day for Shaka Tony. And maybe it's a little too early to start it, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna start chewing the clock already, about halfway through the 3rd quarter, as we have an 11-point lead on one of the league's best teams. 2nd and 10 will come out with the empty look here again, trying to set up the screen pass to Johnson, and there's really good blocking. We're finding ways to open that up. I like to see it. And on 3rd and 3, coming out with that handy shotgun look here, gonna motion over Smart. We're gonna run the read option off of it. See what opens up. We'll hand this one off down the middle. Borgie will squeeze out the 1st down and find a little bit extra as well. The Eagles, I'm sure, are furious because they don't know what's coming at them. And you know what? We're going to stay in the same formation here. We're going to go with the pass this time. See if maybe Smart can find his way open to that right-hand side. He's been able to leak out a couple times, although it looks like they're covering it pretty well here. Going to need to just roll out and throw this one away. We just need to play some smart football here. We've gotten a little cocky at times when we are doing well in a game and we end up throwing some really bad passes that get turned over, trying to throw late. The ball comes out awkward, goes straight to a defender. We just need to play smart here. 3rd and 6. Looking for Johnson maybe on the zig, although they cover that pretty well. Luton looking to step up here and can't get away from Fletcher Cox. 4th and 9. Probably best here to punt the ball, try to pin them deep. And the pinning deep part didn't quite work. They still get the ball about at the 20-yard line, so not much of a difference. As they go to the outside, going to find Goddard, who will get close to the 1st down. Will get the 1st down, as he couldn't quite stay on his feet. But we'll get about 11, maybe 12. But I feel like we need to keep bringing the blitz here just to stay in Hurts' face. Might be our best option as they go with the run here, and Potoe will get the stop. 2nd and 7, they're going to make an audible here as we stay still out in that double A gap look. Let's try to bring Reed down here to help tighten up some of that coverage. Can't get Shakatone and wide. That's exactly why I brought him down. As Smith headed towards the end zone, Reed will catch up to him. But that is a chunk play down to the 14. And honestly, a really good call there by the Eagles. We kept running the double A gap blitz. They threw the ball where only one person could possibly be, as Belial blows up the offensive lineman. Created space for us to get the stop. Now 2nd and 8. A touchdown for them is fine. We still have the lead at that point, but we would like to keep as wide of a lead as we can. 3rd and 6. One stop here will make it an 8-point game with the field goal made. That's only if we can get that stop. They go with the slant routes, and that's even better. Going to be intercepted by Gemmel, trying to find some space. Gets picked up and slammed down by Goddard. But we'll take over deep in our own territory. But a perfect opportunity to melt this clock away. We are so close to getting our first win. Going to knock on wood. Start with a run down the middle. Huntley will cut to the right-hand side, and we'll stretch for it. 2nd and inches. Again, just letting that clock tick away, using up as much time as we can here. 1 second left on the play clock is when we're going to start snapping this ball, and that's a good, powerful run there by Huntley. Also, have to give some massive props to our guards. They have some good strength, and they have been pushing Cox as well as Jordan Davis around today. So, massive props to the offensive line. As we come out here, 2nd and 6, going to the shotgun look. Williams checks in. Try to be patient here, find a cutback, and couldn't quite hit it quick enough. 3rd and 4, going back to that shotgun look. Gonna motion over Smart. We'll end up handing this one off. Borgie will find that cutback lane, rolling over White. We'll keep possession going here, and we'll hit the 2-minute warning. We are 2 minutes away from upsetting one of the league's best and getting our first win on the season as Cox makes a great play blowing up our center, will stop us at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, Jackson checks in at quarterback, Huntley checks in at that fullback spot. Go a little bit of some read option here, try to find some space. Huntley tries to juke back. Great play there made by the Eagles D. And a first down here would seal the game. We're going to go with a pass. Smart in motion. We'll go back to that left-hand side. It's not open, but we do have one receiver open down the sideline. Williams with the grab, but I think his foot stepped out just before the catch. And that is brutal. We'll back it up, 4th and 9. We have to punt from here. Just a pure lapse of body awareness there. 1:37 on the clock. Eagles need 2 scores to tie this game up. They go with 11. A.J. Brown. I don't think he's gotten a catch today. Who's been covering that side? A.J. Parker. Has he locked down Brown all game? Massive props. About 1.5 minutes left on the clock. They go underneath, knocked away by Gemmel, who had the interception on the previous drive. Now 3rd and 10. You know we're bringing that double A-gap blitz. Shaka Tony trying to get him around the edge. They cover it pretty well, but over to the right-hand side, knocked away, setting up a 4th and 10. One more stop is all we need. And we can kneel out the clock here. 4th and 10, Jalen Hurts to the outside. That one's almost intercepted, and we've done it. We can kneel out this clock, knocking down one of the best teams in the NFL and winning our first game. They go to Trill Williams, one of the few remaining guys from the start of this series. And you could argue he's made the most important play of the series. Luton will kneel this one on out, and we'll walk away victorious. And we're going to be a little cocky here at the end, trying to kick a field goal here. This is mostly just a test what kind of leg we have here in McGinnis. This will be about a 55-yarder, perfectly down the middle. And there is your first victory of the Commanders Replacement Squad Series, defeating the Philadelphia Eagles. Probably pretty sad for Eagles fans coming right after the Super Bowl, or pretty shortly after the Super Bowl. But we finally did it. We can walk off the field victorious for the first time. We also were positive in the turnover differential, had way more rushing yards, pretty close in passing yards, and we win 24-10, knocking off the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, whoever placed bets for the Commanders Replacement Squad to beat the Eagles by 14 points, they're buying a mansion now. We'll move on to face one of the worst teams in the NFL, the Houston Texans, with a 76 offense, 75 defense for a 75 team. We're still down at a 62 overall, so who knows what'll happen next episode, but really happy that we saw the performance we did today. Really shows that we're making progress on forming the team, and at least in a way that best utilizes what skill sets each of these players have, because they're not massive, but we're making plays when we need to make them. This video deserves a lot of like. Come on, first win of the series. Let's hit that like button and let's hit that subscription button if you haven't yet subscribed. And while you're already hitting buttons, tick the little bell icon to be notified of when my videos go live. This series posted every Monday and Thursday, with the state-only challenge on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And like I said, next episode we'll be back. Can we put together a win streak in the second half of the season? We can only find out then. We'll also have a bit of a scouting special, take a quick look through all of the available players, try to see if we could find anyone that's going to be good for us. Again, we do not have a first round pick. We have to get rid of that. The Commanders also do not have a second or third round pick, so we have 4th and down. So we're really looking for some hidden gems deep in this draft class. So look forward to that, as well as the Texan game next episode. Until then, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.